Decided to come to Barnwell State Park today. Going to hike the little trails here and get my park stamp, which is right there. But I'm not going to get it till I'm done. Been to Barnwell State Park quite a few times. Usually come here to fish the pond, which they have lowered to do some repairs on the dam. But I've caught bass and brim out of this pond. I've actually fished an online kayak tournament out of this pond and won a little bit of money doing it. I think I caught two 18-inch bass here that helped go towards my limit during that particular tournament. So there are fish in there, decent fish in there. There's a series of ponds. It's this one, they got one above it and then one above it. I think it's 3 if I'm not mistaken. But we are gonna go on the Dogwood interpretive trail, and I'm fairly certain that they have like activities for kids and stuff that you can go through and do for this as well. But me, I'm just gonna walk the trail. I'm gonna do this one, and then I think they have like a fern loop or something like that we're gonna do as well. So I've paddled all around these ponds, but I've never walked around them. I know they got a couple buildings scattered here and there and some picnic tables, so I'll show you what to see, and we will get our state park stamp. So come on along, let's go. So they have this building right here. This will be an entire full pond whenever they fill it back up, which will be really good actually, that it's been allowed to grow up a little bit. So when they put water back in it, that'll be a lot of good aquatic style vegetation for them fish to hide and spawn in. So hopefully they can get all that dam work done over the winter, and this spring fishing should be pretty good here if they fill it back up. But like I said, I'm not really sure what that building is. They do have cabins you can stay in here though. The good thing about this state park is it's free. The cabins to stay in those obviously aren't free. The camping's not free, but just the day visit's free. You don't have to pay anything to visit here, hike or fish for the day. So I think that's pretty cool. So we're gonna continue on. Coming up on the old boardwalk. Boardwalks are nice so I don't have to get my feet wet. Like I did the last hike I did at Aiken State Park. I was all kind of wet by the time I was done with it. Pretty nice little boardwalk. I don't think I have to worry too much about being too wet during this hike, but you never can tell. I'm coming out of the woods now, and here is the next pond up. It's a much smaller pond than that pond, when that pond's full. I'm not really sure if the trail goes this way or this way, but I do know that the pond's up there. So I'm going to take it this way, even if I wind up having to walk back, because the headwaters pond is up here. I'd like to take a gander at it. Now, I think when the lakes are full or the ponds are full, they do have boats here that you can rent to paddle around the ponds and stuff, at least the lower pond and the upper pond. I don't think so much they allow you to do it here in the middle pond because it's not big enough for it. But it's a pretty cool experience. I like the upper pond the best personally. Caught more fish in the lowest pond when it's full, but the upper pond has more big fish potential, let's put it that way. Trying to stay on trail as best I can. I think this is going to take me to either where the cabins are or to where the campsites are, and then kind of bring me back to that big pond area. I'm not sure though. Guess we'll see. So yeah, there's one of the cabins right there, and I've heard they're very nice to stay in. You can see them. Little octagon style, look real similar to what they have over in Santee. We are on the nature trail, so I didn't deviate too far. Look like they're all occupied, which is cool. Well, I got one open over there. Glad to see the park's got some visitors to it. That's awesome. Not a lot of people that I know actually use Barnwell State Park, and that's a shame, because it's local and it's free, and it's very, very well maintained. So if you're from around my area, like I said, live in Williston. If you're from Williston, Barnwell, Aiken, even Bamberg and all that, and you want a little getaway, it's a great place to do it. This is an improvement they've made since the last time I was here. Obviously the bridge has been here, but their overflow runaround they've put bricks on, which is new. And I know it's new because the last time I was here, I had my boat and I paddled from the lower pond, hopped the dam, jumped in the middle pond, and then hopped the dam from the middle pond up to this pond so I could paddle it too. And the overflow was not laid over like this, so that's pretty cool. Because there's a pipe right there that flows. I come out there last time and that wasn't there. But like I said, the upper pond, you see the ducks on the upper pond and everything. To me, the upper pond is the most fishy looking, at least in my opinion. Just got to catch it at the right time of year and the right time of day. I guarantee you can catch you a nice one out of there. So, looks like I got to go up a little bit of a hill over here, and I'll be on the other side of the pond. It just loops back down. So, walked up the path. It took me to the campground area. I've never camped here. Like I said, it's just so close to home. Just never have. I don't know why. But it's very, very nicely laid out. I'll tell you that much. So I wouldn't mind camping here at all. I do think that I jumped off the trail unintentionally and wound up here. But it's all good. I'll meet back up with it anytime now. As soon as I see a walking trail that leads me back down to the pond, because I think that's where the trail was at. But it might have jumped up here and then jumped back down. But like I said, I've never been over on the side, so I am very impressed with how neat they keep it, how clean they keep it, and honestly, with how many people are actually camping here. 'Cause they got quite a few campers up here. Pretty cool. So evidently, there's a self-registration tent here. I've been to several campsites before. That's kind of what they do, is you register online, and they basically put your tab on your campsite that you signed up for. And you just need to grab your little ticket for your truck to hang in the window. Pretty self-explanatory, straightforward. I like it when they do that way. It saves you the check-in process. And then the rangers will be around. They'll check to see that you made it there. Pretty cool. A lot of times when I go camping, I don't arrive until late evening. So it's kind of nice sometimes to not have to be stressed out that they're going to give your campsite away or something like that. If you don't show up by a certain time, you can just show up when you need to, and whenever you get off work, you pack your stuff up, drive however long you need to get there, and pull up and your site's ready for you. So we got a little primitive area here is what I think this is. Just being nosy at this point. That's what it looks like. Still don't know where to jump back on the trail at. I think I'm gonna have to follow the little paved road, because it looks like it's kind of swampy and wet down here. I don't feel like walking through the woods to try to jump back on it when it's swampy and wet. I'd rather just join it naturally where it's supposed to be joined. I did a little looking behind the little building I was just looking at. Here's the trail. I found it again. We're officially back on trail. We took a little detour there. We did get to see the campground. Well worth it. Didn't lose any miles or anything. They have well-maintained trails as well. Like I said, you can tell they come down here and cut the limbs out and stuff for the most part. It's very easy to walk. It's like pretty much anybody could walk the trail down here. No problem. So this is kind of neat. Got a little boardwalk area here. I told you it was going to get kind of swampy down here. That's why I didn't want to just walk through the woods. I wanted to find the actual trail. Oh yeah. Little creek right there. Little creek flowing back down into where the pond's at. Pretty neat. Pretty neat. If you know anything about me, I love some creeks now. I love some flowing water. Got a very cool shelter up there for picnicking and stuff. Pretty neat. This is their little natural spring-fed aquifer right here. Walking out on the fishing pier. Obviously, the lake drawn down. Ain't too much fishing happening here. But I do see people fish here a lot when the lake's up. I do see people catch brim and stuff here when the lake's up. So Let me give you a good view. So normally it's all filled with water. Not so much today. You can imagine when it's all filled with water, all that kind of brush stuff dies back and goes under the water, that be some pretty good fishing around here. Just saying. That tree laid down right there. I've caught a pretty nice bass off of that one time. But I'm gonna get back to walking the trail. Almost done with the little nature loop here. I think I'm gonna jump on the other side, do the little fern trail. It's been a good experience so far. If I needed to fill up water, I'd have a fresh source to do it with. Been walking a little footpath. Got a little rest bench if you needed it. But gonna walk this little footbridge over top of this little swampy area. Very glad that I'm not having to trudge through it like I did when I was hiking that old trail at Aiken State Park. I've since learned that that trail that I was hiking at Aiken State Park had been shut down for quite some time. So it wasn't even damage from Hurricane Helene necessarily. It had just been shut down a long time to begin with. So I really went off the book there, evidently. But it was worth it. It was cool. Sometimes you gotta go against the grain, I guess you would say. But this here, this is nice. They have had some damage as well, but they got it cut out. That says that was a red maple tree that they had to cut down. This is evidently something called horse sugar. Alright, kind of loop that trail and have wound back up at the base of the pond here. So it looks like we'll get to walk over the dam of the pond. Hopefully. If it's not shut down. If it's shut down, I might take the road all the way back around, which is not a big deal. But I'll try to walk it. If I'm able to walk it. I don't have anything blocking it off, so we'll see. I'm gonna use the restroom and then try to figure out where the trailhead is for their little secondary fern loop. I'm not really sure, but I'll come across it, no problem. So the pond kind of drains here. It goes down into a little creek. I'm not really sure the name of the creek. I'm sure you could probably catch some fish in that little hole right there though. Typically, you kind of have the spillway here, so it looks like they fixed that. And then what'll happen is, that's kind of the overflow, the pipe that I showed you before. But when the water fills back up, it'll go down over the spillway, right? It'll go down over this spillway, ripple down it, go down that one, and then back into the creek. And I assume at some point that there's gonna be a bridge, or is a bridge that'll take you from this side to that side. So looks like I'm gonna have to hit the road, go all the way back and hit the road to get back around to it. Unless I do something sketchy like walk across, but I'd never do anything like that, right? At least not on camera. So I did walk back. I got on the road like I was supposed to. Mainly because the trail that I wanted to get on, the Fern Hill Trail, was closer to this side than that side. So if I'd have jumped the dam and done the wrong thing, I'd have to walk further anyway. I'll do the Fern Hill Loop, which is supposedly a 1.5 mile loop. And it starts out immediately going uphill. But it seems fairly clear. Whew. Hopefully if I keep doing enough of these, I'll get in a little bit better shape. Not that I'm in bad shape, just not as good a shape as I used to be. So I'm trying to put on some walking miles, get myself in shape and doing something I actually enjoy instead of working all the time. Maybe you know the feeling. Coming to the trailhead here. Oh Lord. The trail goes everywhere. It goes here, there, and everywhere. So let's see what kind of picture they got made out for us. All right, so here's the official trail map. Looks like you can either go straight to the back or you can take it all the way around. I think I'm gonna take it all the way around is what I'm gonna do, instead of jumping to the back and going out and back. I don't know what's on this trail, but that's the loop I think I'm gonna go for. So I'm gonna start out going right and then hopefully finish from here. If I wind up finishing from here because I take a wrong turn, it happens. Well, let's go for it. I don't think there's no need to do that middle section if you're going to do the whole loop around it. Not looking to hike every inch of the place. Just looking to get the general view of everything. And hopefully, since it's called Fern Trail, maybe I'll see a fern. I got a nice bench out here too. Okay, she's walking a little while. You need to just sit down and take a load off for a second. Probably been a while since anybody sat on this bench, so I just felt obliged to make sure it got used. You know, here and there. Let's get up, keep going. Like, trail's very nice there. Like, I've probably said that a few times. Very well maintained. Very enjoyable. Nobody's out here. There was one family when I pulled up initially. They had a kid. He was riding his little scooter and everything. It was cool. They got a little playground equipment stuff. And I stayed away from them. I didn't want to bother them. I wanted them to have their family time. But that's the thing about Barnwell State Park. Like, it's great amenities. It's free. They got playground equipment. They got a pond. Most of the time it's full. During the summertime, you can swim in the pond for free. They have a little swimming area. And nobody uses it. I say nobody. I mean, you saw people camping here, right? It's kind of an overlooked place. A little hidden gem, so to speak. So, I'm advocating for it. Get out here and check it out. I'm going to continue hiking. And I guess I should note that I've been looking. I hadn't really seen any ferns that are alive, which would make sense this time of year. But I think that these are the ferns that they're talking about. And they're all kind of withered and dead because it's cold. And that's kind of to be expected. That's probably why they call this Fern Hill. And it's definitely a hill because I have been going up the entire time. Glad I chose this way. That means hopefully I'll get to walk back the entire time after I reach the peak. And this is the low country, so when I say up, it's not like we're in the mountains. We're just going like that. We're not going like that. It's kind of neat, so I figured I'd show it to you. We got bamboo on the upper end up here. Little bamboo thicket. Bamboo's cool if you're making like bank poles and fishing rods and stuff. I even used them to stake tomatoes before. But the thing about bamboo, it will take over. So it's got some practical uses to it, but there's some downfall to it as well, because it'll get thick on you and it'll take over, and it's very hard to get rid of if you want to get rid of it. I've kind of rounded the curve, so to speak. It seems that I'm kind of heading back down, so I think I've reached the top of the trail. You hear the cars going down there by the road. Yep, and there's the split. So if I wanted to go straight back through the woods to get to the entrance, I would go that way. Where the park bench is at, I'm going to go the around way, get the whole circumference of the trail done. Because that's what we said we were going to do. Got a bit of a valley right here. Must be like a drain that runs sometimes when the water's high and flowing. We get a lot of rain. Huh. Just like that, I made it back to the trailhead. There's only one thing left to do. We got to walk back toward the truck, get our stamp book, and make sure we get stamped on the way out. We got to mark this one off the list. I always got to take the opportunity to check out the bridge. Water's flowing. Flowing on the other side too. Now, well, they've got it marked off. Crap. We're still going to jump through. Looks like they've got the bridge part marked off, but I'm going to just walk around the outside where it's not taped off. I'm sure they'll get that fixed eventually. Cut around it. Got to check out the dam and the spillway a little bit better. Let's go get the book out of the truck and stamp the stamp. Here at the stamp box. Got the stamp lined up as best I can, and boom! I'm stamped. Could have done a little bit better job, but I am stamped. Well, that was fun. And like I said, it's 10 o'clock. So I got here at like 8:50 in just over an hour. I've walked all the trails at Barnwell State Park, checked everything out. I plan on doing all of these. So y'all follow me. And as always, y'all take care, and Lord willing, I'll see you next.